Yes, I'm here, guys. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I am here. I'm watching the League Cup game between Chelsea and Arsenal as well, while I'm speaking to you guys about what we saw today from Arne Slot, Billy Hogan, and Richard Hughes. It's amazing, isn't it, what you see on YouTube nowadays. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Don't know what's wrong with my headphone here, man. I hear a lot of stuff. Please like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff, people. Back me as always, as I always ask for. We're together, aren't we? We're together through thick and thin. I'm not just watching the game. Obviously, I'm speaking about Liverpool here, about what we saw today for around the table. I think it's called around the table or something. I didn't expect it. You know what I mean? It was a strange one. The hierarchies and Arnie Slot at the same place at the same time. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy what you hear. And I saw the comments underneath that as well, which I will share with you guys. Yeah, I will share with you with about those comments people wrote, which I believe is absolutely diabolical. You know what I mean? Like considering what kind of a season we had here, guys. The way these fans, man, they're absolutely disgrace. They're a disgrace. Let me just put it that way. Please like, share, and subscribe as always, guys. Appreciate that. If you're watching on Twitter as well, thank you very much. The game has started. I'm watching it right now. Yeah, man. Listen, you look at these two teams at the moment, you don't know who's going to win, especially with Chelsea having a manager bounce and the Arsenal are in a good form in all competition. They're not the most outstanding team to watch, but they do their bits, as you already know, guys. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, so as I was speaking about, obviously Billy Hogan and that, I was not impressed, guys. I was not impressed with Salam, brother. Big up Ekatike, man, guy. Hekatike, yes, big up, brother. Big up, man. Big up, Mr. Copfather as well. I've just done obviously a stream that you're not expecting. I've just come back from work. I thought, why not, man? I've been doing it for the last few days. I've been off, so let's continue. With this that we're doing. Yeah. So I was kind of when I watched the. Let me put it on the screen first of all. Sorry about that. LFC. Maybe they've got it on Twitter. Maybe. Let me see. Around the table on Twitter. Maybe they got the full thing on there. They follow me on Twitter. So whatever I share from Twitter, it doesn't really affect me that much because Liverpool actually follows me on Twitter, guys. Let me just tell you that. I've tried it with what's his name? Quasi's channel from the Liverpool. What I use over here, the training ground stuff when they're doing the drills in the training ground, all that stuff. On Quasi's channel, it didn't work. He got a strike basically. But when I use it, because they follow me on Twitter, I don't get any problems from Liverpool Football Club. No matter what I do, I'll criticize them on Twitter. I'm myself, really, guys. And Liverpool see my stuff, and they don't really, say anything bad to me either about what I say. I'm honest, man. I'm always honest. Yeah, it's not on Twitter, guys. So let me just check the Liverpool. There you go. Just want to. It's too foggy at videos. Just looking through the videos, seeing if there's anything. Yeah, picking up the trophies. Big up Trudon Baba. I see you there. Big up Tambo again, my guy. Big up, my brother. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of videos on this damn thing, man. I have to cancel that. So let me just put that at least on the screen for you, so you know what I'm talking about. It's this, guys. Yeah. If you ever watched it, go and check it out. Let me just put it that way, guys. Go and check it out. It was a strange one, man. Very, very strange. I didn't expect, to hear what I was hearing. two hierarchies, Richard Hughes and yeah, you know what? I'll forward the bits when there's a football game. Hopefully I'll catch it and we can listen to what they're saying together. If you know what I mean, guys? Yeah, these things we don't want to see. So there you go. From here. So let's check it out.
Your voice there that we heard. I want to take you back to when you first got the job. What was the biggest main attraction for you to come to Liverpool Football Club?
A lot. The first time we sat together, we were also sitting in a round table, because in my house there's a round table as well, which is also white. Nice. No, why are you joining it?
Do you remember when I told you guys, not many people knew about it? I heard it somewhere, basically. Richard Hughes, I don't think it was at Bournemouth. They say it was at Bournemouth, but I don't think so. But what Richard Hughes did before he recruited Arne Slot, he spent 2 weeks at the Feyenoord training ground. He was saying, I'm going to look at you, the way your setup is. I'm going to look at a couple of players. And then we decide if we're going to get players or not. So, but at the same time, what he was doing, what he was there for originally was watching Arne Slot and what he does, because Arne Slot is what they wanted. They just wanted to make sure, obviously, he's the man who's going to replace Jurgen, and the rest is history. So he did spend 2 weeks at the Feyenoord training ground watching Arne Slot before they recruited him.
Lead the team in the best possible way.
There we go. Came back again. There you go.
First time we sat together, we were also sitting in a round table, because in my house there's a round table as well, which is also white. Nice. No, why are you joining a club like Liverpool? I think there are a lot of reasons for that. Their history, first of all. Second of all, the chance to win something, because this is what Liverpool has always done. And then the people you work with, so you have to get an idea who you start to work with, because no matter how nice the club is, or if you can win any trophy, if you don't feel a good connection with the people you work with, I think it's really hard to join that club. Not the least important, of course, the quality of the team I inherited from Jurgen, which I thought was good enough to compete. And that's what we did last season. And in the end, even won something really special.
What's it like? Because it's quite a seismic change, isn't it, to change your manager? So what's that like for you, Billy, when your manager changes?
I think, probably maybe more so than really any other sport. I think the impact of the manager in football is so significant. I think in our case, obviously the Jurgen leaving and then in a sense creating almost an entirely new football operations department and coaching staff coming in is almost a bigger change. Sometimes it's just the manager that goes, sometimes it's the manager.
You see, some of you guys in the comment, this is what I'm saying, man. And some of you could attest for me for the last month and a bit. What have I been saying about our hierarchies? They are good at PR, man. They will feed you so much bullshit you believe it. Mate, they will sell their own mum. You know what I mean? And they'll feel all right about it. That's how good these people are in the United States of America, guys. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, man, just wake up, everybody. What they say in this video is beyond belief. You know what I mean? I was just sitting there at work hearing what they're saying and talking about Jota, talking about how the team has fallen apart, where we've got a brand new team to replace the old team. We're into transition. We're here to back Arne Slot. And it's just, oh my goodness moments, guys. Honestly, we're more in trouble than I first thought, man. Because I was never wrong. I was hoping whatever I say on the streams, that whenever I talk about the football club, I was at least wrong in some of the bits. But I'm right in everything I say about these people. They're brainwashers, man. They are brainwashers. This round the table thing is supposed to be about ex-players, ex-managers coming together and reminiscing of the great moments they had together. And all of a sudden, we're shocked the transfer window closes. We don't sign the players that's supposed to help us out, to get to the Champions League spot this season. We could potentially miss out. So what they did, instead of Liverpool fans becoming angry and all that stuff for the lack of signings that we needed for this transfer window, they come out with something like this to make us focus on something else and how much they love Arne Slot, how much they're backing him, how much is a transition season instead of like a season we supposed to be progressing. It's all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. You can't fool me, man. I'm too old, too grown to watch this. I've seen these people before. I worked for these people when I worked 2 years in America coaching kids over there. I know what they do. They make you believe in things that's not realistic. What they're telling you is, when they're saying they're going through transition, is they're not interested in dominance. They just want to be bit part. And the one I heard was, I'd rather win the league every 5 years. Remember what I said that? This is what they normally do.
Oh my God!
Rather than win it every 30 years. Think about it, guys. Think about what I said before. When I told you that, guys, this is what they're all about. If anyone believes in this bullshit, don't bother me with anything, man, because I will never back you ever, man. It is bullshit to the highest order. Let me just put it that way. Oh man, I can't even put my hand up because this damn just stand still, camera, man. Goodness me. So let me go through the comments as we go along, yeah?
And his staff. In this case, it was almost a wholesale change on the football side. It allowed, Richard, when he joined, to then have an opportunity with the team to go out and find the best person. We had a level of sustainability and longevity in Jurgen's tenure, and he inherited a great squad. But he came in and was himself. He wasn't trying to be, whoever the people were that he was following. And I think that was, one of the things that I first was impressed by him, is his level of excitement coming to the squad and the squad that he was inheriting, but also his willingness to take on what are big shoes to fill and then to carry on in his own way. The other piece that, isn't necessarily talked a lot about, but in this case, given the fact that our partner Standard Chartered is how the football side and the business side and how the commercial side and how they work together. And I think, one of the great credits to the two gentlemen to my right is that there's a great relationship across the senior level of the club and a real understanding of what the important things are that are helping us all move forward as a club. So it was certainly an impact, but I think managed in an incredibly seamless transition.
Would you tell me about that relationship? Because arguably before, where we sort of summer of 2024, you guys hadn't sat round a table, had you?
No.
Never even met, maybe. So how's that relationship developed? How does it work?
Well, it developed hugely. I knew Billy, and I'd sort of sat around a form of table in a boardroom here today, hadn't we, before? I personally knew a lot about Arne's football from long before we actually met, which clearly helped with the first encounter at your place. So
He signed a few players from Feyenoord from my former club. So
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. Suck it up again. Suck it up and giving credit to each other. I know your game, man. I know your game. Let me just read Tambo what you said. I read the transcript around the table today. PR garbage. Did we learn anything new? Just the same spin. You don't have to openly have to support the manager unless there are serious issues. What can I say, brother? I saw the comments below this. I started vomiting, you know what I mean? Because we've got these idiots that's saying, oh, don't worry, the YouTubers will come on soon and start, criticizing what's being said on the video and all this stuff. When are you going to wake up, man? When are you going to realize you're part of a movie? You're going to be part of a new Moneyball, but Liverpool version of that. That's the whole point of this. This is why we're having all this shit. Arne Slot ain't going nowhere, guys, man. We've been hearing these rumors about, Xabi Alonso has already agreed to join Liverpool. Arne Slot is on the verge of, getting sacked if they don't win the Newcastle game, etc., etc., etc. Them two coming with him on this interview here, which surprised everybody. Nobody knew they were preparing for this. Normal circumstances, when they do this kind of show, they already give you, it's coming soon, the date, the time, and all that stuff. They just straight away done this straight after the transfer window closed, and we're all watching this, to focus on other things, to be positive around, and we're in a stage of rebuilding. We're going to be a better team next season if we don't qualify for the Champions League. That's what they're saying to you guys. This is the whole point of this. They know they're in trouble. They know this club might not qualify for the Champions League next season the way things are going. So they are already panicking. Hence why these kind of videos are coming out right now. And don't worry, they will tell you why they didn't sign any players last season. The players that could have probably helped us get the Champions League as well as the Premier League. It's coming, man. Watch this space, man. Watch this space. Please like, share, and subscribe. Big up, Emmy. I could see you there, Emmy. Is it Emmy? Emmy. Like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff, guys. I will read your comments as I always do, man. I'm here for the crowd, and I'm here for you guys as always, man. Hogan Hughes trying to take the heat out of the current situation, but Slot's spin about the club. He doesn't understand the club's identity of how any relationship with the fans. Yeah, there you go, bro. There you go. Cringeworthy. There you go, bro. There you go, bro. He doesn't understand us. He doesn't know what we're all about. There's no relationship between us and this head coach. Never gonna be, even if he stays here for the next 10 years, because he's not that type of guy, man. He hasn't got emotions like Hogan. He hasn't got emotions like Bill Shankly. He hasn't got emotions like Bob Paisley. He hasn't got emotions like Joe Fagan, Kenny Dalglish, etc. Rafa Benitez at his time as well. At least Rafa Benitez, even though he kept himself to himself, but he related to the fans. He was one of us. Same with Gerard Houllier. I mean, Roy Evans, Graham Souness, whoever, whichever way you want to go about it as well. So I look at Arne Slot, I don't see him as one of us still. Even that he's won the Premier League, he doesn't give me that motivation that he's backing my football club. This is the same manager, by the way, that said something about Liverpool while he was in a press conference of Feyenoord. Nobody knew that, he was going to Liverpool. He already said it in a press conference, blurbed it out to everybody, I'm going to Liverpool. I mean, like, you don't do that. You don't disrespect Feyenoord like that. I mean, you do it when the time is right. Couldn't help himself. But I got a feeling, even if he did well in the next 2 to 3 years, if he was winning things, he would just leave us, go to Real Madrid, Barcelona, or something like that if they come calling. That's the kind of person that he is. Oh, Arsenal nearly scored. And I don't trust people like that. Jurgen, remember Jurgen, guys. Liverpool at their best. Liverpool world champions. Liverpool Premier League winners. Liverpool Champions League winners. You never hear Jurgen talk about Real Madrid or Barcelona. And if that conversation ever came up, he will crush it down. He will crash it down. Sorry, he will crash it down and say, "Nope, not interested. I'm a Liverpool manager, and I love it." That was Jurgen, and that's how much we love that guy. And that's the kind of manager that I want at my football club. I'm sick to death of these people that's using us as a stepping stone, and people backing this. And when they leave, they start saying, well, if things go wrong at Real Madrid or Barcelona, you could always come back, like they said about Trent right now. Get out of here with that shit, man. Got no time for that crap. Big up, Amy. What you say, my brother? Fozi, if they really backed him, there would be a contract extension. Oh, Arsenal. Oh, what a save by Sanchez. Oh, I'm not even a Sanchez fan. There was an actual contract extension on the table for him, bro. But since the season's gone bad, they didn't really, they took it back. They took it back. They wanted to see what's happening and all that stuff. But they would know, they would have, if they would have given to him that contract in the predicament that we was in, which is, in a bad form, we would have, the fan base would have been an uproar there. So they don't want that, if you know what I mean. So there was a contract in place, extension for him, but they chose not to give it to him, considering where we was at the time as well, which we're still at the moment, where we're not really in the top 4, is what it is. But they just better hope for their sake they finish in the top 4, man. Because if they don't, big problems ahead for them, the ownership and everybody else, in my opinion. This is all PRBS, 100%, bro. 100%. Fans have been calling for Hughes and Slot head. Everybody has, man. Everybody has. But let's get back to it.
You'd had a connection.
There was a connection there.
Yeah.
I mean, without Arne knowing it. So in my sort of previous role at Bournemouth, the scouting department found themselves drawn to Feyenoord players a lot. And it got to about the fourth player that got put in front of me where I said, this is probably more to do with someone coaching the players rather than the players themselves, with the greatest respect to them. And we ended up signing one of them, Marco Senesi, and later on, Luis Sinisterra, who went to Leeds. So I knew a lot about Arne's team, but from studying the individuals within it. And then when clearly this role came up, independently of that, there was a lot of work that was done from a data perspective, information compiling from lots of people. So I had a huge dossier armed with to sort of learn more about Arne before I met him. And that was, but straight away, everything that I read about him, everything that I thought I saw from his teams was apparent and obvious in a first encounter. But it was synergy right from the first minute.
We got to a game, and it was against Tottenham, wasn't it, that you actually won the league. I mean, when did it sink in what you'd achieved in such a short space of a time?
Oh, sometimes I wonder if it's already sinked in yet, because our lives are so fast. I think the most beautiful part of that day was driving in with the bus. That was even then, I and everyone knew who was sitting in that bus, we're 100% going to win this game. The energy from the fans just...
Here we go. Here we go. There we go. They're reminiscing, trying to tell us how good it was in his first season, you know, to forgive and forget. You know, we could come back at this, you know, with this again in the future, all that stuff. But yeah, let him continue. I know what they're doing, man. I'm not dumb. I know what they're doing. Publicity stunt, man. Publicity stunt at its best. They are very good, mate. Very good. We're all hugging here. We're all together. We're one, man. We're one. We're all high-fiving each other. Yeah, keep going on this lot. Keep going with your nonsense, man, with your dumbass sidekicks.
Poured into the bus, and I think you could feel that also during the game. That was one of the best memories I have, driving in with the bus. So impressive. Yeah, that was so impressive. It's not only ownership is there, family comes over, friends come over, they all come for a party.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, I know, the players knew, okay, but we still have to perform and we have to achieve what everybody's expecting. I experienced the same at Feyenoord, where everybody expected us to win the league on a certain day as well. And the last thing you should tell me is you've already won it, or things are already done, or I believe in the fact that don't talk about it as long as it doesn't happen. And then some people in your surroundings do understand that. And when they want to talk about things, what do we wear, all these kind of things, if there is a party afterwards, don't include me in that conversation. Because you do feel the responsibility that things still need to happen.
Obviously, what happened?
Yeah, the same manager that went to IB for during the season. So I don't know what you're talking about. And see, this is what I'm saying about this guy. There's nothing upstairs, man. There is nothing upstairs. He's talking about don't invite me to parties and all this stuff. But bro, you went to Ibiza while you told your players to go to Dubai to celebrate with Trent's, you know, leaving. Oh, come on, leaving party and all that stuff. Who are you kidding, bro? Like, do you think we're all asleep? I honestly think they do think like we're all asleep, like we haven't seen all this stuff. Get out of here with that bullshit, man.
Next, it didn't give you any time to celebrate because the club was rocked by the death of Diogo Jota, which was just appalling and tragic. In terms of what happened then, I just wanted to talk about what was the support network, firstly and foremost, and most importantly, for Diogo Jota's family and how that worked for you.
No.
This convo shouldn't have happened, in my opinion, but this is what they're using.
I think the fans...
In my opinion, you know what I mean? I'm not saying like other people's opinion is different, but I wouldn't brought that up. Sorry. Everything will be mute if we lose to City. Yeah, it's always the same, brother. It's always the same with us, man. We celebrate when we start winning, but forget the problems that we had before. And then all of a sudden, you know, when we lose, everybody's in uproar. Make up your mind, man. Where are you in this with this situation where we're at? Are you out? Are you in? Are you in the middle? What's going on? Make up your mind, man. Beating Karabakh and Newcastle ain't nothing special. Newcastle was a depleted squad. Karabakh, you should be that team with your eyes closed. So it is what it is, in my opinion, man. They are trying to make him reliable, as I say, and ain't working for me. Nah. Sorry, I can't see that probably. Relatable. I can't see it because I've got a small screen here. Sorry. Relatable. Yeah, you're spot on, bro. You're spot on. I mean, I don't think he will ever relate to us as a fan base. That's just something. That's just something that's not there with him. He doesn't give you that thing that draws you to him as a head coach. As I said about Benitez, he might have not been a person that goes out there and talks to everybody, but you could see there was a relationship with Benitez, man. That's why we used to sing his name. I know we sing, this, Lord, and all this. It's just bullshit. It's something Jurgen put on us, and I wish we didn't have that, to be fair. I wish we let him earn the right to a song rather than, giving it to him before he even arrived at Anfield, if you know what I mean. I know that people can say he earned it because of the Premier League win, but listen, that title was won a long time ago, if you know what I mean. Maybe even if we had Jurgen, we could have won that league. So I want to see a second one, third one, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. You got to earn the right, man. Jurgen put this together for 10 years, man, on his shoulders, man. So much so the guy got tired, you know what I mean. That's what happened to Jurgen. He got tired, man. Couldn't do what he wanted to do anymore because of the weight in that 9 years that he was here. And he had to develop players from nothing to something. Never gets the finished article players, you know what I mean? And it was sad. It was sad watching that, man. But nobody defended Jurgen. You know what I mean? All of us just turned on him when things were going right and, blaming him for everything else, but not looking at the bigger picture, the lack of support that he's been getting at the football club for years and years, man. I mean, nobody looks at that. Poor guy, man. Poor guy, should have been on 3-4 league titles, but he wasn't, unfortunately, man. Let me just read the comments. Let me make this bigger because I can't see shit on it, man. It is a result business, and if he loses the next couple of games, he's gone. That's what you're saying, though, Emmy. But he's still here. The guy lost 9 out of 12 or something like that. And he's still here, my guy. What big club holds on to head coaches like that, my guy? Man United and Chelsea, who are more problematic than us, have changed their coaches. We're still stuck with the same one. Make that make sense, my brother. Make that make sense.
And everyone around the club showed how special of a club this is when we won the league. But I can see other clubs being special when they win something as well. But when a tragedy like that happens, I think you can truly experience what kind of club you're working, what kind of people you're working with. And I think at that moment of time, our fans, but our players and everyone around the club, including ownership, has shown himself from his best possible side. So it was incredible, the support there was out in the open with the amount of flowers that were laid down and all these kind of things, but also the support from everyone towards Jot's family. But it said a lot about this special club as well.
Yeah, it does. But how do you deal with it on a sort of daily basis? Because obviously grief doesn't just happen, it's not regimented. It happens all the time at different stages for different players, for different members of staff. How do you deal with that going forward every day?
For us, it was really hard, but for his wife, children, and his parents, it's you can't imagine how hard it must have been for them, because every single moment of the day, they feel it. And I've done a lot of meetings in my life, but the most difficult one was the one after we came back together, after the funeral. We came back to Liverpool and we had to do our first training session with all the new players coming in. And I had to stand in front of the group and say something about, we are going to train again, how we're going to handle this situation. And to find the right words in a meeting like that is much more complicated than trying to prepare them for a game of football. But again, I wasn't on my own. I got a lot of help from Richard, from Billy, from all other people inside the club, or my staff members, to hopefully find the right words. But if you were in the dressing room last night, you still see one place that's empty, where he should have been.
It's lovely words there from you, and I'm sure that his wife and his...
I just can't believe it, bro. I just can't believe what I see, man. I'm all over the place when I see things like this, What are you trying to prove? You know what I mean? Like, coming on doing things like this. Surprisingly, is what it wasn't actually planned. I can't remember, seeing any advertisement for this. It just straight away came. I mean, hand in hand with Richard Hughes and Billy Hogan and Arnie Slot in the middle. We know that, Mantis. We know that, bro. I'm not blind to reality, my guy. I mean, I'm not blind to reality. Bringing Diego into the equation was a disgrace. I just can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't believe people actually supported this, guys. Like, if you see the comments below on this video, it's weird. It's very, very weird, in my opinion, my guys. Fozi, this is noise? Let me check, bro, what you're saying. Fozi, this is noise. What do you mean, Emmy? I don't understand, bro. I thought you said there's a noise on the show, but I thought like the microphone, something's wrong with it. But it's all good, bro. It's all good. It's all good. What are you saying, Ekatike? They like the underdog storyline. Yeah, Ekatike, I agree with you, bro. I've realized that a long time ago, but I wasn't like coming out saying things about that story. Winning things, underground rather than, deserving to win it. That's the way they want to go about it. And I don't think, as I said in many of the streams before, maintaining success is in their DNA, because if you want to maintain success, this is the perfect opportunity this season in the beginning to prepare for another league title win and, take away Arsenal's manager, take away Pep Guardiola and people like that. You're already hearing this season, as I said to you guys many times, I can read people's body language. Pep Guardiola has overstayed at Man City about 3 or 4 years now. Should have left a while ago. Now look at him. He looks like a shadow of himself. He's got Pep Linders next to him. The same guy that was doing the same thing that Man City are doing right now. Winning, losing, drawing, winning, losing, drawing. And you're winning by 2 goals and then you draw 2-2. That's Liverpool all over, isn't it? Like what we used to get with Pep Linders at the sideline with Jurgen. I mean, so he's getting the same thing. But it's sad. It's sad how things turned out. And I'm worried, as well as other football fans. I think if Arsenal win this league this season, it ain't going to be their last one either. I think they're going to have that confidence. I think they're going to, blow teams away in the next few seasons in a way of dominance rather than set pieces every single time. Because you need a base, guys. You need a starting base where you can work towards dominance, and that's how they have been doing things this season. And that's what people are not looking at. It's just criticizing Arsenal set pieces, and that's about it. But not looking at the bigger picture. It's just the beginning. And when you start from something in life, it's like when you get a phone, a new phone. You're not gonna know it straight away, are you? You don't know what stuff, what apps you got, or how to maneuver it, all that stuff in the beginning. It takes you a while until you understand your phone, or you started driving a new car. It's the same thing. You don't know what you're driving until you keep driving it for a few more times. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, this is where Arsenal is at that moment. At this moment, they've got new players. They've got first teamers. That's improving, and all that stuff. And once it comes together, they're going to be a frightening team. And all that's missing from Arsenal at the moment is the winning mentality. And that's a scary thing for them, for the rest of us, for the rest of us, as I said it many times. He's staying if we make top 5. He's staying regardless, I think, bro. That's why they came out today. Honestly think that.
Children take a lot of solace from what the club really did for her in that time.
I am proud and humble. We have a lot of work to do. Can't tell you how happy I am finally got to this point. Our actions will speak for us. We're here to win.
The captain of Liverpool Football Club has his hands on the Carling Cup.
It's a special club and perfect next step for me to be now here and try to help. I feel really proud.
Dust off the crown. Liverpool Football Club are once again the kings of European football. Premier League.
I don't want to like have a tear in my eye, guys. Like, I really miss that team, man. I really do. There's nothing like that team, guys. You know, what I loved about that Jurgen team was Ronaldo, Fabinho, and Henderson in the middle. Is the fight, guys. It's the fight, man. We never gave up, did we? We never gave up. We never gave in. We always strive to go and win games. We sacrificed a lot as a team. Players sacrificed, you know, their position, you know, just for the team to win. I loved it, man. I loved that team. That was a proper team. Worked up and down that pitch. It doesn't matter where in the pitch it was. If it's Salah on the right, Mane on the left, Firmino at the front, it was just beautiful, man. That was, if you can typify Liverpool Football Club, that team was it, man. Hard work and grit. Nothing is given to you, man. And that's what I miss when I see these things over here. And the way people underestimate the likes of Henderson and Fabinho and Ronaldo and what they did for this club, it's a freaking joke, man. Those guys were special, man. They might not be the most eye-catching players you've ever seen in your life, but they did the damage when it was needed. You know what I mean? We went to Man City away at the Etihad and beat them in the Champions League. Got to the Champions League final. Salah chipping the goalkeeper, you know what I mean? And Mane running through before that. Oxlade scoring at home, that powerful right foot, bottom corner, Edison couldn't catch. You know what I mean? It's, yeah, man. Crazy, crazy time. That roller coaster I miss, guys. I really miss, you know, us just coming, you know, before the game starts, we already know we're going to win that game. I miss that mentality. I really miss that winning mentality, guys. It's something else, man. Big up John Conway, my brother. Big up my guy. There's nothing like that, man. Now you look at us, fucking joke, man. Absolute joke. Shadow of that team, man. Can't even play football. You know what I mean? Bunch of amateurs, man. It's like people with crutches on the pitch. It's so bad. Oh. And wheelchairs too on top of that, man. It's like, what's going on with McAllister in the beginning of the season? Of course, he's coming to formula. We're all over the place, man. What a shame. What a shame. But I miss this, man. I really miss. Oh. I was always confident watching them. Always. Even the bad seasons, I knew we will come back the next season even stronger. Because I felt it. I felt it, man.
Champions once again. Liverpool have the FA Cup. And the ribbons are red. It is Liverpool's cup.
Clubs like Feyenoord and Liverpool, from what I saw, it just means a bit more for the fans. Then I will do everything within my interest and power to lead the team in the best possible way.
Liverpool are the champions. For their people, with their people, and for the 20th time.
How can you not want that, guys? Like, how could you not want that parade like this? Everybody and their dog is there, man. Oh, man. How can that not make you want it more every single time? I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. I love that.
We're here to win, he said. That's exactly what he did. What was it like when you first met John Henry? What was the experience like? Can you remember it?
It's a long time ago, 2004. I've worked for FSG since then. So they were in the midst of trying to end an 86-year curse, the curse of the Bambino with the Red Sox. And actually that year they ended up winning the World Series. So bringing to an end a long drought in Boston. So I was privileged enough early on to get that taste of winning. One of the things that has been maybe a staple of FSG's has been, the vision, but also, strategic thinking, and ultimately as sort of the guy responsible for the business side here at the club to run it as sustainably as possible. And I think one of the things that John and Tom Warner, our chairman, Mike Gordon, our president, have always been put a massive amount of emphasis on is ultimately we're here to win, but we're here to try and do it sustainably and responsibly.
Yeah, talk us about when you arrived, because it wasn't in the best financial position, was it at all?
There
so what was your kind of first...
There we go. Look, they're going back to something we don't want to even talk about anymore. You know what I mean? It's done and dusted. Why are you talking about something we're no longer there? We've won 2 league titles, Champions League, World Cup, Super Cup, FA Cup, League Cups. We won it all. Why are you going back to something that was way before these two that's sitting with this time? This is what I'm saying, people. They're trying to reminisce, remind you where we was, you know, before FSG arrived at Liverpool Football Club. That's what they're trying to give you, man. We're still second best to a baseball team. Let me just put it that way. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm not going to stop. Hughes and Hogan trying to take the heat off the heat out of the current situation. But Slot's spin about the club, he doesn't understand the club identity. I think I read this one already. Sorry about that, bro. I've seen this one. This one, laughable showing video of players he got rid of. Hogan is so out of touch. Sad. Vicky didn't ask difficult questions like Plymouth. PSG. Hughes came across same personality as Slot Ross. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, reading that comment, what you're saying, like she's not asking the hard-hitting questions, is because they already told her before they record this to not ask those questions, or they probably cut it out. You never know, you know what I mean? That can happen, bro. So this is how we roll as a football club, guys. Like, we don't want to see, we don't want to show the world like the reality of what people actually really think. They just want to show you something like a video like this, we're all kumbayas and there's a fire in between, we're all holding hands and singing. That's what they want to do. But you can't fool people like us, man. We know what you're doing. We know what you're doing, man. We know what you're doing. Hang on, let me go for some comments as we go. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, contract. Yeah, I can see that, bro. They were like, yeah, saw that one. Fozi, Hughes and Slot, do they inspire you? Or yeah, Hughes, great sporting director, buying players at Feyenoord. Is that the level of his knowledge, buying players off my best mate? Give me a break. There you go, bro. There you go, bro. This is what we're hearing, my guy. Like, you know, Bournemouth and Feyenoord. Who gives a shit? I mean, that's not our level. I mean, we're above that. No disrespect to those teams, but we're way above these teams. Why are we talking about Bournemouth and freaking Feyenoord, man? Get out of here with that shit, man. Get the heck out of here. Pick up Barovian. I'll see you there, bro. I'll see you, my guy. Pick up, man. Colin in the house. What's going on, bro? So this was conducted following the Barnsley FA Cup win on 12th January. According to Google, if they fully back this clown, why not contact extension? Why not contract extension? You're spot on, bro. This is how it is. Oh, Enzo Fernandez! Almost. Let me just read that again. Sorry about that, Colin. I'm just looking at the game while I'm reading this. I'm sorry about that, bro. So this was conducted following the Barnsley FA Cup win on 12th of January, of course, according to Google. Well, if they fully back this clown, why no contract extension? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's weird. It's weird. I think they just want to end the season as soon as possible. As a lot of people, Colin, are saying we should, by the way, throw the season right now. Forget about the Champions League. You know, boycott the league and just start again next season. Just concentrate on the Premier League and getting back into title contentions. That's what they want. Some people are willing to do that, bro. Just get rid of the season right now. So let's start again, basically. And unfortunately, I've got a feeling. I know a lot of people think Alonso has already decided to join Liverpool. Liverpool spoke to him and all that stuff. I got a feeling Arne Slot's going to stay, guys. After this video, I'm convinced now. And I said that. And probably the senior players have been told the same. That's why they probably started performing recently to levels that they should have done, earlier in the season. So all of a sudden, everybody's performing in a different way. We're playing football. We're not boring to watch anymore in the last 2 games. But listen, the Man City game will prove a lot of stuff to us, to be fair, guys. We have to wait and see in that game, innit? Yeah, big up, man. The same time that Julian Ward allegedly taking to Alonso reps makes you laugh. The spin, the nonsense. 100%, bro. They make you believe in one thing, but they do the opposite. It's always been like that with our ownership. And the more this will continue, the more it will be like this for a long, long time, guys. So prepare yourselves. And I keep warning you guys about this. And I'm never going to stop that because I see what I see. I see what I see. I'm never going to change. No. Big up Fozi and the chat. I hope everyone is well. Big up Mr. Barovian. Man, Barovian Colin, man. I haven't seen you guys for a bit. Yeah, man. Nice to see you guys. Appreciate that.
I think it was weeks from administration, actually.
Wow.
In fact, I don't think that. I know that. But yeah, I think ultimately what happens on the pitch kind of drives everything. So football is always going to be the critical element of that. And there was obviously a significant amount of turnover that was needed. Kenny came in to help kind of right the ship to some degree, and we won a trophy, which was terrific early on. But really rebuilding that squad on the football side was always sort of priority number one. I mentioned the infrastructure. When we came for one of our due diligence trips, we were given a tour of Anfield, and the real mindset around the infrastructure and the investment around Anfield was, can we find a way to modernize the building and create a better fan experience and stay in both the literal and spiritual home of the football club. So we were able to do that, and that's something we're incredibly.
You see, this is what I'm saying when they talk about stadiums, and all that stuff. That means money making for themselves. Forget about this self-sustainability and all that stuff. Because if we were a self-sustainable club, why did we spend this much money when Hogan was here then? You know what I mean? So, yeah, the game is 0-0 so far, guys. Still 3-2 to Arsenal. Chelsea looking good, but they need to create more chances. Maybe they got to make some changes in this game, man. But as I said, guys, like if you look at this, the way Billy Hogan is talking, it just clearly shows, like, you never hear him say about the club winning trophies in a continuous way or being that club again, being him again, being Liverpool again. You never hear them say that, guys. It's always about, making finance and, making the stadium bigger, getting more crowds in from abroad and all that stuff so they could sell the merchandise in the shops, etc., etc., etc. It's the same old shit, man. And they're even saying it to your face. But for some people, this is okay. There you go. Calling people like me out.
Proud of. And then the last sort of leg of the stool, if you will, was sort of the commercial side. And could we really grow the commercial profile of the club to help, coming back to that sustainable point to then help invest back into the football side. And ultimately, we sort of talk about the virtuous circle of footballing success and commercial success, and those two sort of feeding each other. 15 years later, we're still working on it. But it's
there you go. You can see he can't say they were successful with both of them at the same time, because we're not. This is the only season we actually spent money with this ownership. There you go, people. Like, you're always gonna hear that from Americans. It's always commercial. We need money. Not money for Liverpool, but money in our pockets to feed the other clubs as well. We've got other clubs to think about. Liverpool's not our sole focus. We've got other clubs to compete with each other as well. We've got a baseball team. We've got an ice hockey team. We've got an American football team. We've got a soccer team. That's what we are. That's where we are as well. Don't expect. I keep hearing from some people saying to me, "Oh, next summer is going to be big again. We're going to go big again." No, we're not. What did we do this summer? We strengthened the team with better quality, but we still weakened the bench. We weakened the depth. So there's no one pushing these players when they're playing in the first team. Hence why there's no one coming off the bench anymore that's changing games. At least we had Darwin Núñez. At least we had, these other players last season that was changing games. Who's changing the games this season? Nobody. Same old shit, different season, guys. Like, wake up, man. Don't be fooled by these new woke people, man. I've been here for a long time and I know my football club. I love my football club with all my heart. And I hate when people are trying to make a fool out of me and my fan base. And our fan base, sorry. And our fan base. I can't do that, man. I can't do that. Fozi, I agree with you about a Slot staying at Liverpool. He is, bro. You don't make a video like this unless you're all together, showing the world we're all together now. Together, all together now. In no man's land, together. Liverpool fans, by the way, the farm, everybody knows. If you know Liverpool, you should know the farm too. There you go. That's what they're trying to do for us, man. All together now. Together. Together now. In no man's
Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow.
There you go, people. I gave you a bit of soul glow. This is what it's all about, man. This is what it's all about, man. They're all kumbaya in everywhere, man. Assassins, 100%, man. Generally, come as your friends to right. There you go, bro. Pretend to be friends and then kabosto. Nah, man, not for me, man. Not for me. I'm always gonna be.
Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
I'm always gonna be pro Stone Cold, guys. Against the authority. Fight against the authority. You know what I mean? Fight against the liars that's feeding my fan base, our fan base. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm always gonna be that, man. Of course, Colin. Of course, man. Come on, bro. Come on. So glow, my bro. So glow. So glow, bro. So glow. You can't beat so glow, man. Can't do that, man. Oh, man. Yeah, man. So glow. Let me go for the comments. Funny how they released this the day after transfer window is closed. Funny that, bro. You know what I mean? You should know you're getting done over. You should know. You should know you're getting done over, bro. What the hell is that? What the hell is that on my YouTube? The hell is that? Hang on a second. No. Yeah, it's funny, that, isn't it? Very, very funny. They straight after were so disappointed in the transfer dealings from Liverpool Football Club because we didn't sign a player for now. We signed a player for next season. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you're throwing away the season. You don't even see we got issues in the team. Defenders out, midfielders out, strikers out. But, everything is okay. We could still, do something in hope. We're living in hope, people. We're living in hope. That is it at the moment. We're just hope we don't get one injury because we are currently one injury away from a disaster. And you know the names of the players. So, yeah, just watch this space, man. Just watch this space. Fozi, I do think Slot is gone. I know you feel otherwise, but I think the turning point in the last game was down to the players, not tactics from Slot. I agree with you with that one. I think the players said, "Fuck, sod this shit, man. I'm gonna do my own thing now, man. I'm tired of playing this what do you call it? Robotic football that doesn't even make sense. You're telling me to move here, you're telling me to move there, and I can't even make my own decisions." And they did afterwards. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're spot on with that one. Obviously, I agree with you, man. Watch the tide turn again once once they lose again. Sorry, once they lose again. Yeah, listen. This is how these fans are, brother. they celebrate when we win, but they still don't have that. Things hasn't changed yet. Things hasn't changed yet. They don't even think about that, bro. They just go with the flow, and that's not what we should be doing. This season we should be winning a Champions League. This season we should be getting 21, but we ain't getting either. We're lucky to even get top 4. That's how bad we've been. But people are still defending this because of what he did for me yesterday, not what he did for me today. Come on, man. Like, we've got to wake up, man. Got to wake up here, man. So it's a joke. It's an absolute joke, man. Done with this bullshit. Bournemouth away exposed how much the players stopped playing and following the manager. Tactics you can see. There is a serious split in the dressing room. You're spot on, bro. You're spot on, man. Karabakh and Newcastle just covered the cracks. Bro, you should be beating these two teams. Newcastle, first of all, are missing Grimares, Joe Linton, and all these other players that are normally part of the first team. And then you're playing against a team from Azerbaijan, which you should beat. Which you should beat, bro. Like this, close eyes and everything. That's what you should be beating those teams. But yeah, it is what it is. We're falling for the trap, man. We are falling for the trap. What are you saying, man? What are you saying? What are you saying? Let me see. We're saying, Angie, Foxy, you have to take the good with the bad. Things will change for the better. We will come good. We will never get another Jurgen. He was a one-off. Ange, like, let me just say something to you right here. I'm not a new fan. Let me straighten it up for you guys here. I'm not a new fan. I'm 47 years old, guys here. I watched Liverpool from the 80s to now. I know my football club. I know where we've been to the dark side. I was there for 30 years. Grey hairs. It's not from my family. It's not from my wife. It's not from anybody. It's Liverpool Football Club. I stressed that in those 30 years. I went through depression in those 30 years. I don't want you guys to go through things like this. You know, when you're in sync with a football club that you love so much, that's where I am. I know my football club, Ange. And it's not the rough with the smooth. We worked for 10 years to get to this situation we're at, which is winning. Take that backpack off, as Jurgen said, to win titles again. We've come close in those 30 years to winning a league title. But Man United made sure we didn't. Chelsea made sure we didn't. Arsenal made sure we didn't. Blackburn made sure that we didn't. Man City made sure we didn't. Leicester made sure we didn't. You know what I mean? These teams stopped us from winning league titles in those 30 years that we haven't won. And I will come back to it, Ange. It took us Jurgen's 9 years stint at Liverpool Football Club to take all that pressure off the players and the football club to get back to winning ways again. And that's something I don't want to step away from. And this guy is not it. Believe me, he's not it. He could stay here for the next 10 years. He still won't be it. I promise you. These owners are not interested in Liverpool winning, continuously. Because if they were, they would have prepared for this season. I'm just little old me. I'm just little old me sitting in one of my obviously offices, giving you a stream, telling you things we should have done. Things a billionaire club like Liverpool Football Club should have done. In the beginning of the season, what you should have done during pre-season is analyze your opponents. What you're facing next season. That's a professionalism in football, guys. That's what you do in any walks of life. If you want to make a great business, you got to look at the competition around you, right? For you to be on top. And that's what we didn't do. We didn't even review last season, how we won last season in the Premier League. How was we 10 points clear of Arsenal? Why? How did it happen? What did those players do? What was our players' strengths and weaknesses that we've got to improve on next season so we could correct it on the pitch? So teams don't, have their moments with us as they are doing right now. We didn't do things like this. We didn't prepare for this season. We were so arrogant. We thought of what we did last season, the 10 points clear could have been more. We come into it this season. We could outscore teams with Isak and Ekatike and etc. up front, Salah, Gakpo. And we could transition at the same time in the Premier League, getting the new players in early. That's what we did. It didn't work out. And I was warning this guy in the beginning of the season when we was 2-0 up in certain games and the teams kept on pegging us back 2-2 and we win in the last minute. I said, that's not sustainable. This is dangerous what we're playing, man. I don't see any tactics on the pitch. And Carragher told him. He never listened. We told him. Never listened. And then what happened? There was a game at Crystal Palace where the whole world saw Liverpool falling apart. And then you thought after international football against Man United, he was going to, start preparing, for the Man United game during the international football break. What did he do? He went to Dubai to go see his family, to chill, instead of looking at videos and reviewing the disaster that happened against Crystal Palace. He didn't do that, did he? That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Real football clubs, real winners don't behave like that. They prepare. Just like everyone who wants to have a great business, they prepare. They look at the competition around them. We don't do that at Liverpool Football Club. We intentionally throw things season after season after season. So much so, poor Hogan was so tired, he had enough and left. I don't want to go through this anymore. I'm tired. Just like Hogan was tired, I'm tired. But you guys don't see that. 10 years we got here to get back to normality at this football club. In one season, we're going to throw everything away. And as I said to you, Pep Guardiola is going at the end of the season. Arteta is going to win the league this season. What is he going to do? He's going to add quality with quality and then look at the rivals and see what they add in. And he's going to squash that like Ferguson used to do back in the day. Every time Liverpool improved, Ferguson improved even further. But nobody sees things like this. They just sit here, let bygones be bygones, we'll come back again. And then it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 20 years. It goes on and on and on and on. By the time we'll be all gone. I'm not waiting around. I've been here before. I'm warning you guys. Wake up, man. Stop this stuff like there's no other Hogan, there's no other this. This club is in a place where we should be winning without Hogan, without Arne Slot. Someone else coming in that's going to help us get there, that knows what he's doing, that studies opponents. That's what you need. Not an idiot that's going to IB for when we're still playing in the Premier League and telling the players to go to Dubai to celebrate when the Premier League is still going on. That's what you do at the end of the season. You don't do it right now. But nobody wants that. Everybody wants to be, happy, go lucky, and all that shit. I've been here before, Ange. I've been here before. I keep telling you guys, you don't listen to me. I could name the 80s teams. I could name the 90s teams. I could name the noughties teams. And after that, I could name all those players, all those teams that played. And not one person can say I was wrong. Fucking, we used to have Barry Venison in substitutes. Back in the day, Barry Venison. Anyone know him? No, they don't. Nigel Spackman used to play for Liverpool, the ex-Chelsea player. He used to be on the bench. Paul Walsh. Do you guys know these players? No, because I've seen these players. I grew up on these players. Not these media people that's telling you about the woke era. Come on, man. Like, you got to be serious here, man. Just giving up like that. Give up. That's not what Bill Shankly built this club for. Loser mentality. He got us from the gutter to make us to the bastion of invisibility. That's Liverpool Football Club. We're the only team that's won it all in a consistent basis. Nobody's ever dominated Europe. Nobody's ever dominated the league at the same time, apart from Liverpool Football Club. Yes, there's a few years in between, but that's dominant still. What Real Madrid do right now. That's still dominance. But we had a few things that obviously stopped us from winning. We've come back with Jurgen. So why can't we continue this? Why do we have to stop this? Why do we have to have this defeatist mentality still to now from what happened 30 years ago? Why? Come on, man. Come on, like, what is going on with this fan base, man? Telling me about take good with bad. What the heck? I'll give up, man. I'll give up. I honestly give up, man. I can't be asked anymore. I really can't, man. If you haven't been in the 30 years, then you don't know what happened to Liverpool. You don't know where we come from the gutter, man. I wish Robbie Fowler won a Premier League title and McManamans and Redknaps because they were good at that time. I wish, but we just couldn't do it. We just couldn't do it. I wish Gerard Houllier won a Premier League title. I wish, Rafa Benitez won a Premier League title, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. We went all the way to Roy Hodgson, guys. We was watching a Roy Hodgson team while the fans were fighting in the stands. Some people saying support the team. Some people say I've had enough, and then they get slapped up because they said that. That's how bad it was at Anfield when Roy Hodgson was in charge. So much so we had to bring back Paul Kenny, who's been at the game for 10 years, and then he got us a cup. That's how much of a talent that guy is, guys. Not only did he bring everyone back together, he still won you a cup and could have won another cup as well. Even though he's not interested in managing anymore. He came back from retirement just to help his beloved football club out. And then we get Brendan Rodgers. Don't know why, but we got him. We challenged for the league title. We conceded 50 goals in that season. You thought in January they're going to buy some defenders to help the team. No, they didn't. They let us rot, and all of a sudden Man City win the league. Then you got, Jurgen Klopp after that. Wins every trophy, but he never wins it continuously. He scatters around those trophies because they're not financing in the team as they should. We do the same thing that we're doing in this transfer window and the one before that. We wait to the last day, we don't buy anyone. Same with Caicedo, same with Fekir, same with Tchouaméni, same with Bellingham. The list goes on and on. Zubimendi, the list goes on and on and on and on. It never changes. Haven't you guys ever noticed that? I've been here before. That's what I say to these fans that always challenge me. Do you actually care about Liverpool Football Club? Because if this was your real life, this happened to you in your real life, you wouldn't allow it. But you're allowing Liverpool to rot in hell like that. What kind of a fan are you then? You wouldn't do this with your real life, but you're willing to let Liverpool rot. Man. So where's your loyalty here? You know what I mean? In regards to how much you love Liverpool. I'm fighting Liverpool with, in any situations. If I see something that's going bad, I'm going to call it out. I'm not going to sit here and let people make my club become a club that's not winning and then telling me to accept it for where it is. Nah. Hell no. 10 years work, guys. Think about it. 10 years Jurgen Klopp's worked on this. I'll include last season as well to get us back to winning ways. We're back to winning titles again, guys. Something that was a taboo long time ago that we will be nowhere near. He worked on that for 10 years to make us the club that we are right now. A Champions League football club that can win at any time. A Premier League football club that can win any time. That's what Jurgen has built. But this bald head fraud hasn't got a clue what this football club is all about. Hasn't studied enough. He's an arrogant twat. That's what he is. He's an arrogant twat that doesn't know his football club. Doesn't want to learn about his football club. When we're in trouble, the guy goes to Dubai, guys. When we're in the middle of the season, still fighting, at all costs, he goes to Ibiza. Just because we won the league early. Don't do things like that, bro. Don't party too early. That's disrespecting everybody else around you. And now look how that backfired. Come on, man. Telling me about this is all right. Like, what am I watching here, man? You guys don't care about Liverpool Football Club. Nobody does, man. Nobody does. Your acceptance to be a mediocre football club, but if this was your real life, you will never accept that. Think about what I'm saying, guys, yeah? Let it go around your head a bit. That's how you guys feel about your football club. It's just a thing on the side you don't care about. But in your real life, you got full focus. I can't lose a pound. I can't lose £5. Come on, man. Sick to death of it, man. Still nil at that game. I don't want to keep going on, guys, and give you guys, anger and all that stuff. But I'm just trying to wake you guys up, man. And I respect your comments, whatever you put there. It is what it is. But just understand it. I'm not like you guys. I don't think many people understand the D Generation X. I'm from D Generation X. Not the, obviously the wrestling crew. I'm from that generation. I've been here for a long time, and I'm trying to wake you guys up and trying to remind you what your football club is all about. I meet legends every single year at Liverpool Football Club, as much as I can. So much so they might run out, you know what I mean? So, because I met them all. I met Kevin Keegan, I met Jimmy Case and Sammy Lee, I met Steve Staunton, I just met John Aldridge, I met Graham Souness. I love meeting legends and I'm willing to meet them because they've done so much for my football club and I respect them for that. You know what I mean? That's what we're all about. I'm not like these fans that forget about them. Oh, it's all about the players. It's Mo Salah. What about Kenny Dalglish? What about John Barnes? What about Graham Souness? What about Jimmy Case? What about Kevin Keegan? What about Roger Hunt? What about Ian St. John? What about Ron Yates? You know what I mean? What about all these people that made this club to something that was consistently winning? Why don't you ever talk about these people? Because you don't know Liverpool Football Club. That's the whole fucking point. You don't. You don't go back and study Liverpool. You just go from now. That's what people do. This woke new people telling me about stats and shit. What do I need to know about stats? I watch real football. I coach in real football. I don't need you to tell me about stats. If a talented player is there, a talented player is there. I don't give a shit. Man. Fed up with this bullshit people, man. Not you, Andrew. Not you per se. I'm just talking about the way, the attitude around our football club is just wrong, man. We're the only football club that stood to the money kings every single time these teams get money. Think about it. Chelsea, who was their enemy throughout that time Mourinho and Abramovich was there? Liverpool. We stood tall to them, even though we had no business being there. Who stood up to Man City when everybody gave up? Liverpool. We stood there. Even they've had the best manager in the world at the time. Still there right now. Pep Guardiola, we still stood up to him with cash in his hands every single time that he needed it. Every single time he needed someone, he got it. We couldn't do that. We still stood up to them and took them to the wire. Even won a couple of league titles along the way. No other club can say that. Arsenal can say that right now, but on the back of who? Liverpool Football Club, that made them believe even if you got limited resources, you could still win the Premier League. Liverpool did this. Not Man United, not Arsenal. Liverpool did this. But you guys don't want to know. You just want to be defeatist mentality. Go on with your defeatist mentality. I'm still standing up for Bill Shankly. I'm still standing up for Bob Paisley. I'm still standing up for Joe Fagan and Kenny Dalglish. I'm still standing up for these people that got us here. And Jurgen Klopp, of course. And Benitez. And Gerard Houllier. Because at least he won something. Come on, man. I'm standing up for these people. I'm not letting their hard work disappear because of people's got defeatist mentalities. Get out of here with that shit, man. Man. I love that crap. Sorry, guys, but I gotta talk, man, because I'm sick to death of this defeatist mentality. These people don't know our football club. They're coming to our football club and trying to make us think like we're losers. Nah, I'm not a loser. Been there for 30 years. I've stressed out, went through depression, not seen my football club win in my youth. You know what I mean? I did everything to watch my football club at that time. Nah, man, I'm not going through that shit again, man. We need to wake up, man. We need to wake up. That 10 years Jurgen has put his hard work on, it's going to disappear very, very soon. Very, very soon. Javi's football will not be much different from Slot, according to an ex-player on Sky Sports. I don't even know if Javi's coming age. I don't know. I think Arne Slot is staying. I honestly think that we're going to see him next season. Javi is shortlisted for the Man City job.
And we've had some great successes over the years, and hopefully many more ahead.
Richard, what's it like for you? Because obviously you've had experience at other clubs as well, particularly Bournemouth. Would you have kind of the differences between working there and perhaps working with FSG then?
I always thought when we were in the Premier League at Bournemouth and you were at Premier League meetings or you came to away games, that Liverpool had something special special about it. Just from an organisation, obviously from a club perspective, the fans, everyone's known that for decades. But just from how they did things, they were often the smartest people in the room. In meetings, you could genuinely tell that they would try to do things in a shrewd way, much to how ownership would have wanted to run their organisations. But I guess the magnitude of the club, that how big it is, how much it means to so many people, is something that will probably never surprise you, even if you experience it. So Arne and I had heard about what a parade would look like when finally people were able to talk to you about things that you weren't superstitious about, and the league title was secured. Then, of course, planning the parade, people had said it, and we're quite calm people. We're quite impressed by a lot, I think it's fair to say. And but everyone said, wait till you see this. This is, you haven't seen anything like it. And it's fair to say that I'm still in awe of what I saw that day when we were going around in that parade and just looking at other people experiencing this for the first time in some cases. I don't think we ever were, but if ever you're in any doubt how big a club this is, that was gone forever after you see those scenes.
In the short term, how's your relationship developed, Arne?
We have spoken now almost on a daily basis, I think, since we started, so you get to know each other even better. What I really like about working for a sports director, that whenever I need him, he's there for me, but you don't constantly feel that all the decisions you're making, he's judging them. Maybe he does, but then he finds a really good way of hiding that, because you want to have the backup if needed, or advice or whatever is needed, but you don't want two eyes on top of you constantly in every decision you make. And I think that balance, Richard finds that balance really good for me to work in ideal circumstances.
Do you feel the same, Richard? Do you feel, and is that an active thing that you...
Guys, you don't make a video like this unless like you're backing the manager. Let me just put it out there for you guys. I mean, I know like you've been hearing whispers about other stuff. As I said, these shows are not normally about this. These shows is about reminiscing on title wins and things like that. That's what it's normally about. With ex-players and of course a manager or something like that, or a coach. That's what they normally do. The directors don't normally show up in these kind of shows. So them coming out and supporting him in this is just something that's telling me they're backing him no matter, regardless what happens in the season. Regardless, I think they're going to be sticking with this guy, unfortunately, for many people. To me, like, I love what he did for me. Obviously, last season, winning the Premier League. I honestly think, like I said many times, if Jurgen was still here and had that motivation, I think he would have won the league as well last season, considering like Man City and Arsenal, dropped off in a big way last season as well. So, yeah, as I said, them two being here with him, it's just telling you, is a message to the fan base, he's here to stay and he's going to be here next season. Fozi, I'm concerned with this viewpoint. If we just accept mediocrity and just hope where does it get us? LFC needs to be like Joe Calzaghe. I remember Joe Calzaghe, the Welsh boxer Italiano. Undisputed champion, killer instinct, and winners. Yeah, 100%, bro. This is where we're supposed to be. You know what I mean? At this moment, in Liverpool's progression as a football club, if you know what I mean. It's like when Chelsea started winning Premier League titles, they never looked back, did they? They kept on winning more and more and more. Like Man City, Man United, Arsenal, when they had their moments, they've won more and more and more. But for us, for some reason, it's stop and start to the point like it might just be a straight line, that's it. You know what I mean? That's what worries me at Liverpool Football Club at the moment, guys. And sorry about me going on a rant. Sometimes I do that, but it's just because I care. You know what I mean? As I said earlier, if this was your real life, people treating you like FSG treat Liverpool in regards to not investing when it's needed the most and all that stuff, you will get pissed off. You know what I mean? But because it's Liverpool Football Club, people just throw us away like we're nothing. And this is our own fan base, unfortunately, guys. Like, that's what I'm saying to you guys. Yeah, but I agree with you, Tambo, man. You're spot on, bro. You write a lot of good stuff, man. I like your stuff, bro. That's why I always read it. It's brilliant stuff. I'm not saying I hate other people's stuff, but I love what you guys write, man. Especially you, Tambo. Thanks for coming on the channel, man. I appreciate your messages, my guy. I hope you like what you see as well. I don't want to give you guys, false channel with the false hopes, with false, personality on the screen. I don't want to give you something like that. I'm just hurting, man. You know what I mean? And I share my frustrations with you guys. You know what I mean? Because I mean it. It's not a joke, man. I've been there before. If you only see me after that Premier League first title win under Jurgen Klopp, you'd have been probably crying yourself. I was crying like a baby. My wife she started crying and said, "What are you crying for?" I said, 30 years, this tears were just bubbling inside my fucking face, man, for 30 years, man, just to see my club win a Premier League title. And I even cried. I think I done a watch along on this one as well when Arne Slot won the league against Tottenham. I'm sure I did. I was crying in that show too. So that's how much I feel about our football club. You know what I mean? I know like it's not life and death. I agree with you guys, but you don't know what Liverpool Football Club does for some people's mental health issues. You know what I mean? What it takes away in life, if you know what I mean. I don't know where I would be if I wasn't watching Liverpool to distract me from other stuff in life, if you know what I mean, and all that stuff. So obviously I believe in Allah, and I'm Muslim, but you still need something that's distracting, that helps you out as well. If it's watching Liverpool Football Club win titles and all that stuff brings me joy. I haven't got the divine right to win every single time. I know that, people. But when you're in a good place and you've got your club in a good position, just learn from the past, man. Don't go back to that dark side. Keep, improving and keep going. That's what we got to do. That's all I'm asking for. And I was back in the Arne Slot not so long ago. It's just the second international football. When I see him do the same mistake again when they came back from the second international football, doing the same formations, losing games again, that's when I said, you know what? What's the actual point? He's not even trying to improve. He's trying to do the same stubborn way of thinking and trying to win that way. It doesn't work like that, man. Got to change. And furthermore, you don't really change things after 18 games. Try to be hard to beat. I mean, we already tried this about 6 games ago, I think, something like that. Tried to be hard to beat. You don't do that. When you was conceding equalizers in a consistent basis, when you got battered against Palace in the first half, that's when you start deciding, guys, like, this doesn't look good. Something is not right here. We've got to change things. That's when you start saying things like that. But we didn't. We continued like we've got no problems. So much so, we was behind Arsenal, all them lot, 14 points. Like, it shouldn't be like that, man. It should not be like that. I'm sorry. It's hard, man. It's very, very hard, man. Abdul's in the house. We send up to my brother. Big up Fozi. So, of course, smash the likes and subscribe, all that. You never walk alone. Big up my brother. Speaking facts, Fozi, this generation of fans have no standards. My father was lucky enough to watch us win everything in the 70s and 80s consistently. He consistently tells me they were the good old days. There you go, bro. There you go, Barovian. But nobody speaks about it like that way. Everybody just talks about Liverpool like we're still in the 90s. You know what I mean? In the mid-90s, in the noughties. They think like we're that club still. But forget what that poor Jurgen Klopp had to put himself through to get us back to where we was before he left. You know what I mean? And all that stuff. So it's crazy, man. I just don't understand it anymore. I really don't. Fozi, you speak the truth. I love your passion. Yes, we are just seeing YouTube podcasts and journos and fans who kiss the ring. Just want to watch Klopp foundations, destroyed. It is a disgrace. It's madness, isn't it, bro? It's madness, man. People don't even look into that, bro. I think I'm the only one that's saying it. 10 years work is going to go down to the dust under this guy that's on the screen, man. And I don't even want to listen to him anymore. I'm sure you guys watched this shit earlier. I'm just watching the game, 64 minutes gone, still 0-0. Arsenal still leading in the game. Do Chelsea look like they're going to get back into it? I don't know. Because they keep shooting over the crossbar every single time they shoot. It's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, it is what it is, guys. I'm just tired, man. I'm myself. I've always been like that. I go on other people's streams. I was in Judge Most channel a few days ago. People were frustrated with me. They're saying I'm negative. Liverpool fans, by the way, but I was just telling the truth. You know what I mean? And majority actually supported me. People attacked me, and I held my own. You know what I mean? It is what it is, guys. I'm always going to be the same. I'm always going to defend my football club to the highest, order. I'm not going to accept mediocre. I'm sorry, guys. No, not for me. Not for me. We are lucky to have a manager, Klopp, who, like Shankly, understood what made the club tick and stood up for the fans, challenging the establishment and the media and the FA, who had the last laugh. Klopp, 100%, bro, because, people forget, David Coote coming out and saying, pause, coming out and saying what he did. We was right all along about referees when people told us shut our mouths. The referees are not corrupt. And David Coote comes out and says, I hate Scousers, I hate German, Jurgen and all that stuff, beep, 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 beep. And now look where he is. This is what we've been facing all these years, guys. Like deliberate, refereeing in the wrong way against Liverpool every single season. And I was never wrong about that. I used to just look at things and think to myself, that's a penalty, man. That's a handball. That's a foul. That should be a red card. Never used to happen when we used to challenge. The only time Liverpool had good refereeing decisions is when we don't challenge. For example, this season. Have you noticed that? How often do you actually see bad referee decisions against Liverpool this season when we're not challenging for anything? There you go, people. There you go. But when we challenge, I think last season, if David Coote didn't say what he said, we wouldn't actually won the league. I mean, if he was quiet and there was no video going out there about what he said about Liverpool, Liverpool would not won the league. I'm telling you guys, it's him saying what he's saying that made the referees think differently. Because if they were purposely trying to sabotage our league title, I think everybody would have asked questions in it, and they couldn't do that. It is what it is, though. Guys, I don't want to go on because I'm going to go on Jamie Phillips' show at what time? 10 o'clock. Please join us on that one, and I'll see you there. Please go to Jamie Phillips' channel and join us there later on. Appreciate everybody that's come on. I know you guys are busy watching this game, and I've just come on, out of the blue, trying to give you guys this dumbass thing on the side over here. Just do that to it, man. Can't be asked. You know what the video is all about. You know what you saw. Big up, Tony. What you saying, my brother? Fozi, it's a PR stunt and and calm the fans, bro. Tony, let me just read the message for you. Message from you, bro. Fozi, the PR stunt and calm the fans, cause the team is weak with injuries and nobody was brought in. And they have the yes man slot there because he ain't gonna make up any noise. There you go, bro. You're spot on what you said, Tony. But how long have I been saying this, Tony? How long have I been saying this, bro? When everybody was against me, saying to me I'm crazy. I mean, there was a turning point when I realized all this shit is bullshit, bro. And I'm not wrong about things like this, bro. I'm never wrong about things like this. I'm not the most, experienced guy on YouTube, but I know what I see, my guy. I know what I see. All right, guys, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon, yeah? Thank you to everybody that's tuned in. Appreciate that. Sorry about the rant. I know some people don't like that stuff, but it is what it is. Take care, everybody.